breakfast for dinner. That's 2 toasted pieces of bread, white bread with 3 fried eggs, chocolate chip waffles, mozzarella sticks, and a little bit of orange juice, whatever's left. And then I might get another orange juice or water or something. I don't know, probably soda. Good evening, everyone. Today's Saturday, September 19, 2020. For day 1, number 1266. Currently, I'm deciding uploading the vlog from yesterday, so by the time you're watching this video, yesterday's vlog should already be up. Please be sure to go check it out. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Okay, so I got a couple of pimples here, and then there's one right there. Can't hurt to touch. I just made some. It's actually 11:20 p.m., but I literally haven't eaten anything all day. And due to my whole attitude towards food, like I'm just not, I don't know, I just fast a lot. If you don't know what that is, it's a whole discipline. I think my cats I think like my cats know that like okay, so that like I had to like murder all of their babies because she got pregnant, and then I think she was gonna get ready to like obviously give birth, but like I didn't want to have more kitties around me. I love cats so much that I can't have more of them. So I think she just, every now and then she gives me a look of just like, I'm going to kill you in your sleep. And I think now that they have kind of now sort of convened together as one to try, like, because he'll give me looks with those eyes, you know, with the lights, and I'm like, does that mean you love me or no, or does it mean that you hate me? Because I hope it's not the latter. This is the funniest video I've seen on the internet. The little kitten is like pleading to get out of the cage. It's just funny because she throws her head back. My feet are killing me. They're like swelling. Okay, so I think I mentioned this already like a lot, but multiple parts of my body have just been like sore. I think it's due to just having to move around. I had to move around a lot, which means that I had to carry all my junk with me, you know, and then I just have a lot of junk. Like I basically uprooted everything from my childhood from South Carolina and moved out here. So it was, and then when I moved out here, I've moved around a lot in Houston. And I took all of my crap with me. It doesn't make me a hoarder or anything. Probably it does. Probably it makes me a hoarder, but not in a clinical, like, definitive sense of the word. Not definitively. But because, you know, I'm getting rid of stuff. You know, I really don't have, like, I'm actually a minimalist, but the thing is, because I wasn't like really settled down here in Texas, I was settled in South Carolina, but it wasn't like my own house. Like it was shared between my brother and I, and my mom as well, and so, and my sisters as well. So it's just, you know, I just have like my own place here now, and at that time, like when I was living there, I had everything like, which was mine as well as everyone else's, was in the same place. Here, like ever since I moved out and stuff, and kind of got a new place for myself, you know, I separated my belongings. So everything that's here are just all of my things. So, yeah. Hopefully. But, what was I saying? So, since I had to kind of like move around and, you know, just buy, like, a new place and everything, and stuff, my feet, everything's just been sucky. Like, I've been here since 2011. I guess it's been like 9 years that I've been here, I guess. And for like, I would say the first 5 years or so, I was in a place, and then, I'm like moved from there, and I just was moving around a lot, from there, and like my feet were just like, and it was because like I didn't have like a permanent, like, I wanted to actually buy a place. I didn't want to rent because I'm just used to having a house. I'm not really used to living out of an apartment. So I knew I was going to end up buying something rather than renting. And because like the neighborhoods are like better when you buy, and everything. And your neighbors will be better, hopefully. I mean, the neighbors over here are not that good. I'm used to way better, but whatever. So this is still obviously not going to be like my forever home, but it's just it's something that I own right now. And what was I saying? Yeah, so I'm enjoying the fact that I do own it, and that's about it. But in the process of, in this whole process, it was just an exhausting process trying to look for a place, moving to it, then moving out, moving to another place, and this happened several times. So between 2015 and like this year, like earlier this year, so I've grown, like my bone, like my muscles and stuff have gotten really, really tired from moving around. The soles of my feet were just done. I couldn't even concentrate it because I was too busy concentrating on, you know, finding a place like ASAP, you know, like I had to. And so I couldn't even concentrate. I was working so hard to do this, and my feet at the same time were just killing me from the previous move. So that's actually now starting to get better, and I'm actually able to now, I couldn't stop thinking about the pain in my feet. And then, so now that that's going away, I'm actually, it feels so much better. Oh my God. Today I had like the best sleep ever, I think last night. But, and now like my focus is like readjusted to kind of my back muscles. So those are sore, but they're not that sore. They're not in as bad of shape as the bottoms of my feet were. So yeah, I have to, I'm actually, so in the process of like losing weight and stuff, I also have to kind of tighten my muscles as well. They're gonna shrink up, so I have to get back into getting used to shaping them in a sense. So as I lose weight and I shed a bunch of like water weight basically, the skin is becoming like closer, and the fat percentage is going down, and my muscles are contracting like a lot. Like, think of a rubber band and think of it being stretched like that for 2 months, and then let it go, and then it just springs back into place. So that's kind of what is going on there. And I have a bone there, so when it springs back, it's like my bone will also kind of like be affected, and I just want to smoothly like kind of have those two working back together alongside the shape of the muscle. So it's nice that like, so the pain on my feet it's actually extensive. I don't know if anybody has ever experienced that, or if you've ever worked as a waitress or waiter, like you're constantly on your feet. And if you've ever seen like waiters, like I worked as a waitress, and my feet would immediately like begin to hurt. I think an hour or 2 hours into the shift. And as I'm like, because you're constantly running around, and if you're not running around, then like you're not doing your job, because you have to like you're constantly going between the kitchen and the tables on the floor, and it doesn't matter how big the floor is. It's just it's like, it's just constant. Like that's all you do is just back and forth for like between, I would say, 5 o'clock till like 2 in the morning if you wanted to, or I don't know. But if as a waitress, if I was working for even like a half an hour into it, as soon as I would hit the floor, my feet would immediately start pulsating like this, or pulsing. And if you've ever done this job, you'll know the feeling. You can actually like in your mind, because it's such a crazy thing to it's a crazy like whatever thing to occur, you'll like end up like actually having a very like distinct, or like almost extreme memory of it in your mind. And like it's like just natural, like it naturally it will hit your brain in a sense. But and what was I saying? So it's just a natural reaction that your brain will have towards this feeling. It's very negative. It's almost like torture. Like, for example, the Japanese used water torture. It's sort of like that, except in the States this sort of thing isn't. It's like borderline. It's like right on the border of torture, and it's like, so it's not quite there here in the States. But anyway, so where was I going with that? And then so I quit becoming a waitress after that. Not because of the feet thing. It's just part of the job. Like you just have to live with your feet like constantly aching. As a waitress, like if that's all that you do, you're gonna go home and you're gonna take a rest, and then you're gonna go back to work, and your feet will be pulsing again for however many number of hours, for however many days straight that you're working. And it's just a job. So, yeah, and so like my feet, kind of have that same like sort of sensation when I was moving and stuff. It's not something that your body can get used to, but yeah, I guess that's why I was saying like all that stuff that I said. And then I forgot what I was doing. So anyway, so this ache, I think, was probably the same as that. So I mean, you really can't like get that out of your mind. I guess that's where I was going with that. You can't really get that out of your mind, you know, that sensation. So when I was moving, it was like, it just brought back that memory in my head of like, you know, working as a waitress and running back and forth all of the time. And I thought maybe, I was thinking in my head, like, I wonder if this is actually like a permanent thing that's going to be in my brain, like, are my feet always going to feel like this or something like that? And yeah, so and I think it was, like, to be honest, I think that feeling in my feet, because I literally had never felt that pain before, like moving around and stuff, and then having to drag all of my stuff. Like I as like a kid and everything like that, like I mean, my parents and stuff had to move stuff, but I never, you know, as a girl, like as a young kid, like I never, and as a spoiled brat, like I never fucking lifted a finger in my life. So I mean, my parents didn't ever make me do anything. And like, but then like, I don't know, I guess I was just thinking like in my head, like, I mean, I was thinking like I have to like, you know, eventually like move out of an apartment, because at the time, like in South Carolina, I was living in an apartment. And so yeah, and like buy an actual house. And yeah, so, and I don't know, so the pain from working as a waitress, it just kind of like stayed in my feet, in the palms of my feet. I guess it did. And then when I actually like moved the stuff around, my feet, the palms of my feet would start pulsing again, and it would hurt like a beast. So it was almost like that same exact pain just came back on top of not having really been resolved after working as a waitress, because I mean, nobody in my family like works in the service industry, and so yeah, and then so moving like and stuff out here, and like by now, which today is it's like almost October now, this year, it is finally now actually like starting to go away, and then which made me refocus to my back muscles. And it's just like a very, very small, like there's only like 2 little points on my back that are still sore, and they're like muscles that are still sore. but at least it's not my feet anymore. Hopefully it never will be my feet. I can never ever see myself being a waitress, which pretty much means that I'm starting to regain my my mobility again, like my hips and stuff. Like, so most of this mobility issue was coming from my thighs and stuff, and so, like, I guess from losing the weight and stuff, like on my stomach at least, and I would say some like water weight and like the fat percentage on my thighs has gone down a lot. I'm actually able to like swing my hips a little bit more. I'm feeling a little bit more like my bouncy, like sort of female feminine self. Water. So yeah, and that's how your body should be. I was talking to my mom, and you guys know she's been gone this whole year basically, and I was just like, I miss you and stuff. Like, I need her to, like, I need her basically. So hopefully she'll be back. There's no specific actual timeline because of the current situation with the pandemic. I don't want her to travel. I still want her to be on lockdown. We're still on lockdown. There's been over 200,000 deaths in the US. They haven't really reached, you know, whatever they had predicted their goal to be. So, yeah. She's, I mean, so basically, I mean, from a legal point of, I'm just speaking from a legal point of view, that like, she literally won't, there's no point in coming out here if there's going to be nothing to do, if we're just going to be on lockdown the whole time. So I just want to wait and be sure, and then be like, okay, now you can come, you know. So yeah. So just, I talked to her about that and just kind of let her know and stuff, like, you should come back. And she was like, yeah, I probably will and stuff. So can't wait. I also want my aunt to come. She's such an angel. She's such a sweetheart. And so hopefully they can come out here. My cousin just moved out here as well to Houston. So I was like, all of us are here. So just, you know, y'all can just come over here and you can stay with me. So that would be the ideal situation. But anyway, because I love my aunt so much. I just, you know, I don't have anything to do in Pakistan or have anything to do with Pakistan. So yeah, that's just kind of where we're at the moment. It's just a complete standstill because of coronavirus and the lockdown. I've been keeping my temperature in my house at like 76, which is okay with me because I'm anemic, and if it goes cold, I will be cold like at the drop of a hat. It's like my body temperature. I'll just be shivering. So I'd rather be more hot, you know, or feeling just a teeny tiny bit hot every once in a while than being cold at all. I freaking love that song, The Glory of Love. So the Karate Kid, Okay, this song is from Karate Kid 2, and I ended up not, well, I actually did end up watching that afterwards, but it was for that song. Like, that song was badass. I don't know who the writer for that song is. I guess it's that person, Peter Cetera, but I guess, anyways, he rocks. And yeah, and she's, so I had to like kind of coach her. She has to, so she was complaining that like she doesn't have a lot of saliva like in her mouth, and I was like, well, that's going to be a problem. So you have to, you need to have saliva. So, and that's the reason that you don't have saliva is because you're having to take a bunch of medicine. And so that's just what happens when you take a bunch of medicine, is that you will you won't be having a lot of spit. And so in order to prevent that and kind of you know, not let it be a hindrance to you, you have to constantly be drinking water. Not to the point that you're not thirsty anymore. It's to actually, you know, keep that liquid in your mouth going. Like, you have to have saliva. You can't go without saliva. So told her that. And also, we don't have like a lot of potted plants inside the house. There's a lot of plants in my yard. So I was like, just, and then don't go out in the sun. Just go outside when you get a chance during like the nighttime when there's like a nice breeze, and you can go out there and sit with my aunt. She's there kind of keeping her company right now. You know, just sit there at least for like 30 minutes, just like take 30 minutes out and just chill out in the cold breeze, or colder breeze. This year, I mean, I don't know what the temperature is like there, but you know, just you know, just kind of chill in the cold, let the air. And then also there's some plants outside, and the plants will naturally produce oxygen for you. So because of this terrible weather that we're kind of seeing these days, especially this year, it's been the hottest year for the record. And so it's gonna inhibit, you know, your breathing and stuff like that. So, you know, I just said go outside, there's plenty of plants, just be around the plants and just breathe air, you know, fresh air. So it's kind of nice. The advantages of having a front yard. And yeah, just expecting her to come back. Anyways, guys, I'm going to close the vlog. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys on the next vlog. Half the time I didn't even, because I saw this song in a trailer for the video, for the movie, and I didn't know what he was even saying.